Welcome back. Jimmy and I are here today to finish our vocabulary page. So this is what you will need with you today. If you don't have it, go grab it, pause the video and come back. Yesterday we got through almost all of the words because I got a little carried away. But I'm going to go over them one more time and then we're going to add the remaining 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that we still have to go, okay? So we had cynic, skeptical person, inadvertently means without meaning to, Jimmy. Submerged, to put under water. Royalty, a payment for something that's been published. Unassuming means humble or shy. Righteous is morally correct. Malfeasance means wrongdoing. Emblazoned means written boldly. Unanticipated means unexpected. Vanquishing means destroying or defeating an opponent or an enemy. So let's do those last 5. So we have distinguish, and distinguish is another one of those words that gets used in a few different ways. Like one might say, the cat looked very distinguished as he lazed across the table. I don't know that he really looks that distinguished, but this is the kind of distinguish where we just mean that something stands out and apart from the rest. So something that makes you different and noticeable for your difference. If you want to distinguish yourself, you would maybe dress a certain way that was different from the people around you, or behave a certain way that was different, or work harder than everyone around you to distinguish yourself, or clean your belly to distinguish yourself. Okay, trauma. A trauma, we talked about that a little bit. It's a very disturbing or upsetting event. And that could be anything from like getting in a car crash to having someone be really mean to you. A trauma. Okay. Profound means deeply thoughtful. It could also mean a very extreme version of something. Like if you were profoundly affected by a piece of music, it would mean that you were deeply moved by the piece of music. If you were having profound thoughts, like Ulysses often does, it might mean that you're thinking very deeply about things, about the meaning of life and the nature of the universe, which is ever expanding. Okay, so deeply thoughtful. Domestic just means having to do with home. So, for example, a cat is a domestic animal, meaning it's a pet, it's something you keep in your home. A lion is a wild animal, not domestic. You could also use domestic if you were talking about the kind of chores that you did. I have a lot of domestic type chores to do, laundry and sweeping and dishwashing. So you can use domestic in a lot of different ways, but it always means about home. And finally, treacherous. And treacherous means dangerous. The world is a treacherous place, Flora thinks, right? So it just means dangerous. Okay. So I'm just going to go over all of these words one more time to make sure you've had a chance to hear them a few times. A cynic is a skeptical person. Inadvertently is without meaning to. Submerge means to put underwater. Royalty is a payment for something that was published. Unassuming means humble and shy. Righteous means morally correct, like doing the right thing. Malfeasance means wrongdoing, kind of the opposite. Emblazoned means written boldly. Unanticipated means unexpected. Vanquishing means destroying or defeating an enemy or an opponent. Distinguish means to set apart or stand out. A trauma is a disturbing or upsetting incident. Profound means deeply thoughtful. Domestic means having to do with home. and treacherous means dangerous. Okay, there we have it. So going forward this week, we are going to do tomorrow some puzzles, some fill-in-the-blank puzzles and a crossword puzzle using these words. Then on Thursday, we are going to use all 15 of these words in sentences. So if you have some extra time today, you might want to start thinking about some good sentences to write using these words. And remember, when we were learning figurative language, we talked about the difference between writing a sentence that really shows that you understand the meaning of the word, or writing a sentence where you just use it, but you can't really tell what the word means. So start thinking about how you can use these words in sentences. And for those sentences, you can combine 2 or even 3 words in the same sentence, as long as your sentence makes sense. And I can tell by reading the sentence that you know what that word means. All right? Okay. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.